Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you today on a bit of a downer, a sour note, if you will. Kraven the Hunter is out. I did see it in theaters, as I see all Sony Spider-Man Cinematic Universe films that don't have Spider-Man in them. But I come to you today with a little bit of sad news. The Sony Cinematic Spider-Man universe that doesn't have Spider-Man in it is over. So Kraven the Hunter is the last hurrah. It's the last stand, the final cherry on top of this ass sundae. And I'm going to give you a review for it. Spoiler free. We'll have a spoiler-filled one down the road, so stick around if you want. Let's begin. Kraven the Hunter. Let there be Kraven. Kind of had mixed reviews from people early on saying, hey, there's reshoots, things aren't looking good from the test audiences. This is part of that Sony universe. You know, these are the people that made Madam Web and Morbin Time. So we might have an issue or two with this film, but they got it done, damn it. And here we are today with Kraven the Hunter, an R-rated 2-hour extravaganza with a villain, one of Spider-Man's most iconic villains, turned good guy? Question mark? It's hard to know with these villain films where they're anti-heroes or they're leading into something that they'll never lead into because it's been canceled. But for now, we have this to work with. And oh my God, is it a treat on all the senses. I'm not going to go through the plot. That's where the spoiler video comes in. So subscribe if you want to hear that down the road. It'll be a fun time, I assure you. But for now, let's just get the bases covered. What we have here is a movie that has no idea story-wise where it wants to go and what story it really wants to tell. They paint our young Sergei Kravinoff as a pretty good kid in a bad situation. He's got a shitty dad, he's got a young brother that he loves, and they have a mom that's apparently killed. She's dead. We don't know how. It's not gonna go into details. That's for the next movie that they're not gonna make. But the dad's big into hunting. His name's Nikolai, and he's played by Russell Crowe. The very same Russell Crowe that starred in the Dark Universe movie and also the final movie from the Dark Universe. He has now closed down 2 universe films. The Sony Spider-Man Cinematic Universe that doesn't have Spider-Man in it, and the Dark Universe by Universal Studios about all the monsters in that Mummy movie. So if you're gonna build a new cinematic universe, say it's like the Talking Pets universe, or maybe it's disaster movies, or maybe it's aunts or uncles who die in superhero films universe, do not cast Russell Crowe. If you came to this film for Aaron Taylor Johnson, you're gonna come a few times. But unfortunately, I'm here to tell you right now, he's MIA for a good 25 minutes of this thing, because we're gonna do a flashback that's gonna go on way too long, and it's going to show us how Kraven became the hunter that we all know and love from the Spider-Man comics where he tries to kill Spider-Man all the time. He's so lovable. But he's not the only character we're gonna come into contact with. Calypso is another one who joins the cinematic universe that is no more. Ariana DeBose plays this character for a little while. We have the young version, the youngling as well. And she's the one that's going to unlock Sergei's potential, which means giving him those rippling abs. I felt bad for the actress who played Calypso, the older version. And I mean, really, I felt bad for everyone who's involved in this movie to begin with, because it's such a pile of shit. But specifically this older actress, because there is so much ADR in this movie, you're not actually sure what's being spoken while they're filming and what's handled later, post-production. The craziest part is they didn't even fucking try to make it match up. Poor Calypso will have a line of dialogue, and then the next one following will be completely different inflection. In fact, I don't even know if it's the same actress at some points. That's how badly done it is. Maybe you're an action junkie and you don't care about the plot or the ADR or these fancy newfangled terms that we're coming up with. It's been around for a long time, and I can assure you. Well, you are going to be out of luck there too, friend. Most of the action scenes are shown in the trailer. It is rated R. There is some fake ass blood done with CG. But we also have Aaron Taylor Johnson grabbing bear traps, hitting guys over the face with them. He splits one dude in 2, running him up against a tree. Otherwise, Otherwise, he's just kind of prancing around like a dipshit on top of roofs, trying to avoid bullets by sneaking and dodging like he's in a fucking dodgeball movie. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a bullet, sort of a situation. And that does remind me, early on, Sony in their infinite wisdom, released footage of Kraven ahead of time to get people pumped up and to show people how serious they are about this film. It's Kraven time. You're gonna be wanting more. You're gonna be craving more of this, friends. So they released the first 8 minutes. And this is very action heavy. It's also by far the most competently done moments in the film. He's evading bullets, he assassinates a guy in the jail, and he runs to an escape plane in a storm, flown by question mark character. We'll probably find out in the movie who that is. We don't. We don't find out who that is. She's flying the plane, he's like, another mission, another bad guy dead, and more animals saved, or whatever he does. And the pilot's like, see you next time, Kraven. We don't ever see this person. Who is it? It's a nobody. And he goes back to her a couple more times. What the fuck? This is the equivalent of in Madam Web when there was like a hacker girl working for the villain in that movie, Evil Spider-Man guy. She has a few lines of dialogue and you're just thinking, who is this person? Just an intern working for the guy? She signed up, he had a flyer outside, and under guitar lessons, she's like, oh, become a hacker spy agent for a bad guy. Sign me up, I was looking for that. That's actually what my college thesis was written about. Anyway, I actually watched and reviewed that early, and I thought, wow, this might actually be a competently made, all right film, based on these 7 or 8 minutes that we got. Although even while watching and breaking that down, I did think, and I said this in my video, wow, I can guarantee you there's some stuff cut out of this because it's not lining up. He's there, then he warps away. None of the guards chase after him. Apparently they don't own a snowmobile or a vehicle that can drive into the winter wonderland. But no, that's truly how it's edited. It's just choppy all over the place. The only scene added was a terrible shot of him looking at a wolf who looks fake as shit. And the wolf is like, see you next time, Kraven. Skidit-deet-deet-deet. It didn't need to be in the movie. It shouldn't have been in the movie. But that's just one of the many moments where you see CG animals and you're thinking, wow, we've sure come a long way since Davy Jones in the Pirates of the Caribbean films, or even Optimus Prime in the first Transformers movies. How do they look so much better still than this trash? I'm watching a stampede of buffalo like it's out of a fucking Spirit animated movie from 1999 or whatever. It looks awful. And I suppose that leads me to address the rhino in the room, which is Rhino. You see him in the trailer, he's teased. I didn't realize he was going to be the primary villain here, which he is. I won't say much about it other than, oh my God, it looks really, really bad. People thinking that they were doing comic true or animated true or whatever. I don't follow this crap well enough, but I'm pretty sure Rhino originally was a guy in a suit. You might be disappointed. Just leave it at that. So what's the story here? What's the plot all about? Well, Kraven is on a mission to kill bad guys that are poaching animals, just all around trash individuals that hunt wildlife for sport and nothing else, because he ran away from his home after being berated and abused by his father verbally for many, many years. He abandoned his brother, of course, a brother who loves him, respects him, and that's reciprocated. They have a very good, close, tight-knit friendship. But yeah, he bails on him. Why? Kraven. It's Kraven time. It's not his brother time. Get that kid out of there. I sure hope the brother doesn't grow up resentful. Funny part is he really doesn't. He's like a Kraven stan. He's like, brother, I love you. Kraven can do no wrong. There's a scene where he pops out of the bathroom as his brother's leaving the shower to give him a peekaboo. Like, could you imagine you're in your place alone, you're showering, maybe, rubbing one out really quick, just for fun, and you get out of the shower and your freaking jacked psychotic brother is there who you barely ever talk to. And imagine being Kraven. You're just like sitting on the toilet waiting, like, ooh, I can't wait for him to get out of the shower. And when he's done singing his third Avril Lavigne song, why is he so into Avril Lavigne? Whatever, she's fine. She has a lot of good music. Like, what is he doing? This is insane. That just speaks to the testament of the script and how they didn't think anything through in the slightest, or how it would translate to the audience. It was just, all right, we have these Spider-Man characters, we got to do something with them. And there's a guy in the corner like, we can actually, I'm looking at the contract, we can put Spider-Man in these movies. We know, we can't use Spider-Man, we know. No, I'm looking at the contract, it says we can use Spider-Man. Yeah, we can't use Spider-Man. I know, Gareth, get the hell out of here. We wouldn't have ourselves a Sony Spider-Man cinematic universe without Spider-Man in it unless we set this thing up properly with a couple cliffhangers and teases of what's never to come again. And yes, we get that in Kraven. I won't spoil it because I know you're rushing out to see it. You probably already have twice, so this is all old information. But yeah, we're going to get some really awkward setups in the last 10 minutes. It's fantastic. Truly, everything in the final 10 minutes, I shouldn't say I was laughing out loud in the theater. That would be rude for the 4 other people watching in silence. I was holding in the laughter. Like, this is so stupid. They're not going to do this, are they? They're not going to, oh, they did it. They did it. It's just a treat. It really is just a treat. Now, you might watch other YouTube channels, other reviews out there. You might find folks that do the fake outrage over this not being good, or like truly they're pissed off at the movie. I gotta tell you, I don't believe that. If there's people that are actually upset that Kraven the Hunter, set in this dumbass universe that hasn't come out with a single good movie yet, and shows that they don't give a shit about the film, and even announced before this movie released that they were done with this universe for a while, which probably means forever. How do you go into this expecting some sort of a brilliant work? You think this is gonna be the next Christopher Nolan Batman movie? You thinking this is gonna have like a James Gunn feel to it, or something that has an identity? No, there's no identity here. These are so embarrassing. And so yeah, I went into Kraven hoping kind of for the worst. And to be honest, I got exactly what I was hoping for, and a little bit more. I truly thought when they released that 8 minutes, oh no, we might actually have a decently made action movie here. I wasn't expecting high art. I just thought, oh man, wow, this is almost a shame that they put some effort into this one. Thankfully, I was wrong. I was duped a little bit. This is not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination. Action-wise, the music, I'm not even sure what the music was in this. Oh God, I almost forgot. His brother sings, that's like his thing, and it leads into something more later, but he's a singer, and he has his own lounge where he sings at, and apparently all of the music is 10 seconds long. He'll be starting a song like, "It's not unusual to be in love." Thank you guys very much. Thank you. I'm not even joking. He has songs that last for 7 seconds. There's seriously so much more I want to talk about, but I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna lock it up, throw away the key, sort of a thing, and I'll be back with a spoiler video not too long down the road. So definitely subscribe if you want to hear those thoughts. Please think of liking the video, leaving a comment, letting me know your thoughts about Kraven the Hunter and this entire Sony cinematic Spider-Man universe that doesn't have Spider-Man in it. What your thoughts are, if you're pouring one out for Venom, for Morbin Time, for Pepsi Web, any of the crew that's come and gone. If you love what I'm doing and you're thinking of giving a nice little gift for the holidays, you can leave a super thanks right under this video, or you can become a member on Patreon at patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. I have several gifts for you every month if you sign up there. Depending on your tier level, there's different perks. Exclusive movie reviews monthly, vlogs every month with my family, plus cringe episodes. There's an episode of The Cringe, which is a satirical show I do every single month, and you've got a Cringe Miss coming up. So definitely check that out if you can, and hopefully I catch you next time.